This is a photo of your puppy that you absolutely need. And the best part is, if you do it while they're a puppy, you can continue to do this same type of photo as they grow so that you have very similar looks and you can see the progression of them from baby to the time they reach adulthood. You've got a lot of options with this. It's actually really easy for you to create, even if you are not a professional photographer like me. So if you take a look at this photo, what are we seeing? We are seeing a puppy laying in the grass. This is so easy for you to do. All you have to do is take your puppy outside and get your camera source low to the ground. You can use your phone for this. If you're going to be using your phone, I recommend setting it to video cinematic mode and taking screenshots of it later on so you can get the exact right angles. If you're using an actual camera, that is great. You're just going to make sure you get that camera source down to the ground. Now, if you notice here, we've got a lot of grass in the foreground, meaning there's grass between my camera lens or my camera source and my puppy, my subject. There are things here that are going to be a little bit blurry. You can see how anything that's going to be closer to the camera lens will be blurry because the puppy is in focus. So your goal here is to get that camera source down nice and low. And I recommend, if you are using a phone instead of a camera, that you flip your phone upside down so that the lens is as close to the ground as possible. Typically, when we hold a phone, the camera lens is going to be up here. You want to flip it so the camera lens is down here and you're holding it upside down. If you are doing it horizontal, there's going to be one side where the camera is lower to the ground or higher to the ground. So you're going to have to flip it this way or you're going to have to flip it this way depending on where that camera lens is going to be located. You want to get as low as possible. You want to be right up against that grass. Now you do need to check to make sure there's no kamikaze blades of grass sticking up and ruining your photos. I've seen it happen before. Sometimes I'll put my camera down and I'll just record me playing with my dogs and not realize there was a blade of grass in the way and ruin my whole shot. So because you're taking this and you're not in it, it's going to be much easier for you to then see. So the best thing that you can do is actually get down on the ground. Your puppy's going to want to play with you. They're going to want to hang out. And if you can get down on the ground, like literally get yourself on the ground. If you can kneel on the ground, great. If you can lay in the grass, excellent. If you know you're taking this specific shot and you don't want to be in the ground, bring a towel out, bring a blanket out, put it down, and then make sure you're right at the edge of it so that none of the blanket gets in any of your photos. Get that nice and condensed to right against your body. And then you are going to take your photos or you're going to record your video, and you just want to make sure that your dog is hanging out and playing. So you can give them a toy, you can give them a piece of food or a treat to eat. You do not have to force them to lay down. Puppies will tire themselves out and they're going to do it quickly. And if they have a toy that they want to fixate on, or if they're eating a snack, they're going to lay down. So be mindful of when your dog is no longer playing and laying down. If they're playing, document that. There are so many great pieces of content you can get from your puppy playing, but when they get tired and they lay down, get yourself over there and get your shots. So your goal here is to have your camera source as low as possible. You want your camera source as low as you can get it. You want grass in the foreground. You want some grass up around where your puppy is going to be. And then you want the background, big, bold skies. If you live in an area where there's lots of houses and people and things, the lower you can get your camera source and tip it at a slight angle, the more you can get the beautiful sky. This was shot in my front yard. My front yard is fenced in. You cannot see the fence because I have the camera source down. There are other houses around me. You cannot see them because I have the camera source down. So I'm angling it so that I get the beautiful sky. Now, of course, if you can't get it quite at that angle and you need to remove things, I have videos on how to remove things from your photos of your dog so that you can get this nice clean look without having to worry about people and cars and houses and stuff. And I teach you how to do it on a beginner level. So it uses Photoshop, but even if you've never touched it before, I show you the tools and the buttons that you can click to do this as a brand new beginner. So make sure you check out our photography playlist here on the channel. But your goal is just to get nice, crisp, clean imagery with sky and pretty background and grass in the foreground, and then featuring your puppy. Your focus or your focal point for this should be your pup. So you can try getting closer, you can try getting further away, but as they're busy kind of laying down, you have the option to do a lot of really cool things and a lot of really cool angles. So follow along for more ideas on how you can be documenting your puppy's life from puppyhood to adulthood, both photos and videos. We've got a full playlist for you, and we're going to continue to show you how to take these photos, photo ideas, how to edit those photos, and how to edit your videos so that you can create really cool documentation to share with your friends, family, and even with social media. So we will see you in tomorrow's daily episode, continuing to help you level up for your pup and give them the best life possible with the least amount of stress on you.